Happy holidays in March 2020. Sunday, March 1st is Zero Discrimination Day. This day aims to celebrate individuality, inclusion, and human rights while promoting tolerance, compassion, and peace. The United Nations and other global organizations promote everyone's right to live a full life with dignity, regardless of age, gender, sexuality, nationality, ethnicity, skin color, height, weight, profession, education, and beliefs. Monday, March 2nd, is Texas Independence Day. This day commemorates the independence from Mexico on March 2nd, 1836. 60 delegates from all over Texas signed the Declaration. The Texas Declaration of Independence was announced at a conference on Washington on the Brazos. The fight between the Republic of Texas and the Mexican Army lasted for more than 1 month. Texas remained an independent country for almost 10 years, until the U.S. Congress admitted Texas into the Union in 1845. Monday, March 2nd, is Read Across America Day. This day is organized by the National Education Association. The organization created the observance in 1997 with the objective of motivating American children to read. According to the National Education Association, children who spend more time reading do better in school. Tuesday, March 3rd is World Wildlife Day. This day seeks to celebrate the world's plants and animals while raising awareness of issues that impact wildlife. Wildlife refers to all undomesticated native plants and animals of a region. The day also serves to highlight issues such as urbanization, poaching, pollution, destruction of habitat, and the ways that humans can contribute to conservation efforts. Friday, March 6th is Ghana Independence Day. This day celebrates the country's independence from the United Kingdom. In 1957, Prime Minister Kwame Nkrumah declared independence. March 6th is also Employee Appreciation Day. This day aims to raise the recognition of all employees around the United States. Businesses and organizations are encouraged to plan events and celebrations as a way to show recognition to the employees' performance. March 6th is also National Oreo Day. This day celebrates one of the most famous cookies in the United States. The Oreo cookie was first developed by the National Biscuit Company, which is today known as Nabisco. In 1912, these famous cookies were produced in a factory in Manhattan, New York. Oreo is the world's best-selling cookie. Saturday, March 7th is National Cereal Day. The official website confirms that cereal has been around since the Civil War, but it was not until 1939 that the cereal that we know today was first introduced. Sweeteners and sugar were added to the old version, and the texture became much easier to chew and swallow. 80 years later, almost 50% of the American population begin their day with a bowl of cereal. Sunday, March 8th, 2020, Daylight Savings Time begins. Daylight Savings Time began in an effort to help save energy and provide workers with more hours of serviceable daylight during the long summer hours. Daylight Savings Time was first introduced in the U.S. in 1918. However, it was not until 1966, when the Uniform Act was passed, that all states had to either observe Daylight Savings Time or pass a law to abstain. March 8th is also International Women's Day. This celebration recognizes women's achievements throughout the world. Its purpose is to promote women's equality, encourage support for repressed women, and promote appreciation toward women everywhere. International Women's Day was initially promoted by the Socialist Party of America. In 1909, it designated this day in remembrance of a major strike by the International Ladies Garment Workers Union. The holiday is now recognized internationally and is an official national holiday for many countries, including China, Russia, and Ukraine. Monday, March 9th, Purim starts. Purim is a Jewish holiday which commemorates Jewish people being saved from extermination in Persia. March 9th is also National Napping Day. This observance was created to raise awareness for the health benefits of taking a nap. Even short 20 minutes of sleep during the day can significantly increase your energy for the rest of the day. The unofficial holiday was created in 1999 by William Anthony, a professor at Boston University. National Napping Day occurs yearly on the Monday after Daylight Savings Time begins. Holi, the Hindu festival of colors. Holi is the ancient Hindu festival of love and is also known as the Festival of Colors. The origins of Holi lie in ancient Hindu traditions where Holi was celebrated to mark the arrival of spring. Tuesday, March 10th is also Mario Day. Mario Day celebrates and honors the success of the famous Nintendo character. Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto was the creator of Mario. The character's first appearance was on a Donkey Kong arcade game in 1981. The success was immediate. Over 60,000 machines were sold at the time. After that, Mario replaced Donkey Kong as the symbol of Nintendo and consequently became the success that it is today. Mario's success is celebrated every year on March 10th, a reference to the character's name, MAR10 Day. Thursday, March 12th is World Kidney Day. This day seeks to raise awareness of the importance of kidneys to overall human health and inform the world about ways to prevent kidney disease. World Kidney Day is part of the World Health Organization's health-related celebrations. It is observed on the second Thursday in March each year. Friday, March 13th is World Sleep Day. This day seeks to draw awareness to the importance of sleep and promote scientific research on sleep. Sleep deprivation has become shown to increase incidences of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and obesity. The World Association of Sleep Medicine and World Sleep Federation are credited with the origin of this observance. Saturday, March 14th is Pi Day. This celebrates the mathematical constant pi, 3.141592653. Pi is the ratio between the circumference and diameter of a circle. Pi is a constant, therefore it will be the same for circles of all sizes. Pi is a special number due to its infinite and patternless nature, meaning that the digits after the decimal point never repeat themselves in a specific pattern. Pi Day celebrations originated in 1988 at the San Francisco Exploratorium. It was held on March 14th, 314, given that the first digits of pi are 3.14. Celebrations at the Exploratorium included taking young museum visitors on a parade to the Pi Shrine, which is a round brass plaque fixed on the floor of the museum, and serving fruit pies to visitors. Since then, Pi Day celebrations have spread both nationally and globally. Sunday, March 15th, is World Consumer Rights Day. This day is celebrated throughout the world as a reminder for countries to observe and enforce consumer rights and needs. This day takes the theme in 2020 of the sustainable consumer. Organizations around the world are joining together to call for global changes to avert environmental breakdown. The consumer movement will highlight the lifestyle changes consumers can make to play their part, and what governments and businesses need to do to make sustainability the easy choice for consumers. Tuesday, March 17th, is St. Patrick's Day. This is a celebration of Irish pride and heritage. St. Patrick was a British-born priest and former slave who is known for converting the Irish to Christianity and chasing snakes out of the country. He died on March 17th in the year 461 and was mostly forgotten. As time passed, stories grew around St. Patrick, and centuries later, he was honored with the title of Patron Saint of Ireland. This holiday is celebrated around the globe with shamrocks, leprechauns, and lots of green. Thursday, March 19th, is the start of spring. Spring traditionally marks the end of winter and the beginning of a season that signifies longer days and warmer temperatures. The first day of spring is also known as the vernal equinox. This marks the day that the sun's path is directly over the equator. This day also contains equal amount of daytime and nighttime. March 19th is also the feast of Saint Joseph, which commemorates Joseph, the husband of the Virgin Mary. He is the foster father of Jesus and the patron saint of fathers, carpenters, laborers, and families. Friday, March 20th is French Language Day, which was introduced by the United Nations in 2010. In that year, the organization also created days for languages from Chinese, English, Spanish, Russian, and Arabic. These are the 6 official languages used by the United Nations. The goal of the observance is to raise awareness of the history and culture of each of these languages. March 20th is also the International Day of Happiness, which seeks to celebrate and promote world happiness as a fundamental human goal. It recognizes the need for a more inclusive, equitable, and balanced approach to economic growth, one that promotes sustainable development, poverty eradication, happiness, and well-being of all people. March 20th is also the beginning of the Persian New Year, Nowruz. This is celebrated in honor of spring and the new year. It's called Nowruz, which literally means new day, and it is a celebration of nature's rebirth that lasts for 2 weeks. Nowruz starts at the stroke of the vernal equinox, when the sun crosses the equator. It has been celebrated for at least 3,000 years, and it is profoundly grounded in the rituals and traditions of the Zoroastrian religion. It's celebrated in more than one country. India, Iraq, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan celebrate the holiday. Saturday, March 21, is the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Founded by the United Nations with the objective of abolishing racism and xenophobia. In its recent resolution on eliminating racism, the United Nations General Assembly reiterated that all human beings are born free and equal in the dignity and rights, and have the potential to contribute constructively to the development and well-being of their societies. The resolution also emphasized that any doctrine of racial superiority is scientifically false, morally condemnable, socially unjust, and dangerous, and must be rejected together with theories that attempt to determine the existence of separate human races. March 21 is also the International Day of Forests. It raises awareness of the importance of all types of forests. It underscores the importance of education at all levels in achieving sustainable forest management and biodiversity conservation. Healthy forests mean healthy, resilient communities and prosperous economies. March 21 is also World Down Syndrome Day. Individuals with Down syndrome can achieve optimal quality of life through parental care and support, medical guidance, and community-based support systems such as inclusive education at all levels. This facilitates their participation in mainstream society and the fulfillment of their personal potential. For World Down Syndrome Day in 2020, Down Syndrome International focuses on the theme, We Decide. All people with Down syndrome should have full participation in decision-making about matters relating to or affecting their lives. March 21 is also World Poetry Day. This observance is meant to encourage a return to the oral tradition of poetry recitals, to promote the teaching of poetry, to restore a dialogue between poetry and the other arts, such as theater, dance, music, and painting, and to support small publishers and create an attractive image of poetry in the media, so that the art of poetry will no longer be considered an outdated form of art, but one which enables society as a whole to regain and assert its identity. Sunday, March 22nd, is Lailat al-Miraj. It is generally believed that the event of Miraj, the ascension of the Prophet Muhammad to the heavens, took place on the night of the 27th of Rahab. March 22nd is also World Water Day. The theme for this day in 2020 is about water and climate change and how the two are inextricably linked. Adapting to the water effects of climate change will protect health and save lives. The United Nations UN Water believes that using water more efficiently will reduce greenhouse gases. Monday, March 23rd, is National Puppy Day. This day seeks to celebrate the unconditional love that puppies bring to people's lives. It is also a day to help save orphaned puppies across the globe and educate people about puppy mills and their many horrors. Puppies are young dogs and depend on the breed. Some remain puppies for longer than others. March 23rd is also World Meteorological Day. It commemorates the coming into force on 23rd March 1950 of the convention establishing the World Meteorological Organization. It showcases the essential contribution of national meteorological and hydrological services for the safety and well-being of society, and is celebrated with activities around the world. The themes chosen for World Meteorological Day reflect topical weather, climate, or water-related issues. Tuesday, March 24, is the International Day for the right to the truth concerning gross human rights violations and for the dignity of victims. This annual observance pays tribute to the memory of Monsignor Oscar Arnulfo Romero, who was murdered on 24 March 1980. Monsignor Romero was actively engaged in denouncing violations of the human rights of the most vulnerable individuals in El Salvador. March 24th is also National Ag Day. Ag Day was organized by the Agricultural Council of America. It's about recognizing and celebrating the contribution of agriculture in our everyday lives. The National Ag Day program encourages every American to understand how food and fiber products are produced, value the essential role of agriculture in maintaining a strong economy, and appreciate the role agriculture plays in providing safe, abundant, and affordable products. The 24th of March is also World Tuberculosis Day. Each year, we commemorate this day on March 24th to raise public awareness about the devastating health, social, and economic consequences of TB, and to step up efforts to end the global TB epidemic. The date marks the day in 1882 when Dr. Robert Koch announced that he had discovered the bacterium that causes TB, which opened the way towards diagnosing and curing this disease. Wednesday, March 25th is Greek Independence Day. This day celebrates the declaration of the beginning of the Greek War of Independence from the Ottoman Empire. On 25th March 1821, Greece revolted against the Ottoman Empire, of which it had been part for nearly 4 centuries. The war lasted until 1829 and required the assistance of Russia, Britain, and France. March 25th is also the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade. This day offers the opportunity to honor and remember those who suffered and died at the hands of the brutal slavery system. The International Day also aims to raise awareness about the dangers of racism and prejudice today. The 25th of March is also the International Day of Solidarity with Detained and Missing Staff Members. This is a United Nations-sponsored holiday in memory of Alec Collette, a UN employee journalist who was abducted by armed men in 1985. His body was found only in 2009 in Lebanon. The observance occurs every year on March 25th, the anniversary of Collette's abduction. The 25th of March is also International Waffle Day. This began as a celebration in Sweden, but it soon spread to many other countries in Europe and other continents as well. Historians believe that versions of waffles have been around for 8,000 years. The 25th of March is also Manatee Appreciation Day. This day raises awareness about manatees. This species is one of the most unusual in aquatic life. Manatees are also called sea cows. They can only be found in waters where the temperature is at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit. This species can live up to 60 years. Thursday, March 26th is Air Max Day. This day celebrates one of Nike's most famous shoe models, the Air Max. On March 26th of 1987, Nike released the first version of Air Max. 32 years later, Nike named March 26th as Air Max Day to celebrate one of its greatest products. Friday, March 27th is National Joe Day. This day celebrates and honors all the people with the name or nickname Joe. According to the Social Security Administration, in 1910, the name Joseph was the 5th most used in the United States. March 27th is also World Theater Day. It was created by the International Theater Institute in 1962. This day is celebrated by actors, directors, and everyone else that has theater in their lives. The observance also aims to increase the awareness of the importance of theater as an art form. The World Theater Day's official website states that many governments, politicians, and institutions do not value the art of acting on a stage as they should. Saturday, March 28th, is Earth Hour Day. This refers to a period where people are encouraged to turn off non-essential electric lights for 1 hour. The event is held annually on a specific day towards the end of March. The first Lights Off event began in Sydney, Australia in 2007. March 28th is also the NAACP Image Awards. This is an event organized by the U.S. National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The ceremony celebrates the outstanding performances in television, music, and literature. The NAACP Awards was first held in 1968 and was first televised in 1994 on Fox. Sunday, March 29th, is Vietnam War Veterans Day. This was signed into law by President Donald Trump on March 28th of 2017. He announced every March 29th as National Vietnam War Veterans Day. That date was chosen to honor the day in 1973 when the Military Assistance Command Vietnam was deactivated. March 29th is also iHeartRadio Music Awards Day. This celebrates the most played songs and artists on all iHeartRadio stations. The event also includes live performances from some of the top musicians in the United States. The awards was first held in 2013, and it occurs annually in the month of March. Monday, March 30th is National Doctors Day. This day commemorates the nation's doctors who have dedicated themselves to public service by helping to ensure the good health of U.S. citizens. President George W. Bush designated March 30th as National Doctors Day in an effort to celebrate the sacrifices and contributions made by our nation's doctors. Tuesday, March 31st, is Cesar Chavez Day. This commemorates the life and achievements of Cesar Chavez. Cesar Estrada Chavez was a Mexican-American farm worker, as well as a civil rights and labor movement activist. Chavez stood and fought for labor rights using nonviolent resistance, such as boycotting and fasting. On August 8, 1994, President Bill Clinton posthumously awarded Cesar Chavez with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. March 31st is also the International Transgender Day of Visibility, which aims to raise awareness of the transgender people's achievements, the community, and abolish transphobia. The Trans Student Educational Resources website highlights that this observance is not a day for lamentation. The International Transgender Day of Visibility is a day for empowerment and acknowledgement.